Okay, welcome to this video. Today I'm going to talk about the Primeprint temporary resin, especially the workflow that I use in my practice. This specific case is a patient with 4 upper anterior crowns. We temporized him mainly for the reason of getting used to the aesthetics. So at the first appointment, we've already prepared him either through a lab wax up or, in this case, old composite build-ups into the shape that we wanted, or close enough to the shape that we wanted. The other option, of course, is to do it biogenerically, where you don't have a wax up and you let the Cerec or the in-lab produce the temporaries for you. But in this case, I'll go through both of them, see which method you prefer. So when they've come in, you scan the lower jaw, of course, the upper jaw with the prep teeth, the buccal occlusion, the gingival mask, which is the pre-op teeth, and the biocopy upper, which is, in this case, the wax up. So once you're in the in-lab, you start off by pressing the teeth that need restoration. So in this case, the crown tooth, upper central, upper laterals. So tooth 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, and 2, 2, crown. And then once you do that, it comes up with 3 circles. Those circles are the connectors. So if you want to, you press it once, you get anatomic connector. Remember, anatomic means it keeps the shape nice and lovely. Or press it again, becomes intersecting, basically where the 2 shapes meet, and it keeps it as that shape. Press it again, and it deletes the connector for you. So you can see there, the connector is the anatomic connector. Next thing, once that's done, you go into the machine, press Primeprint, select the material, which is Primeprint Temp. And if you're doing the biocopy method, make sure you press copy up the top right there. And then you import the scans. So import the upper scan, import the lower scan, and then you click that button there, and it gives you the option of importing these other scans. Again, in the biocopy method, I've imported the wax up into the copy upper scan. Then it asks for another scan. Here, I've imported the pre-op into the miscellaneous upper scan, and that's the pre-op. Okay, so we keep going. Then it leads us to the designing stage. So make sure it says bridge on the right-hand side there. Have a look at your models, lower model, your copy, so that should be copy upper. And then manual registration, usually there's no need for this. It does register it quite well. Check the occlusion. Set the jawline. Usually I don't need to change this, but if you want to broaden it a bit, you can do that. Model axis. Don't need to change this usually either. But if you do see something slightly off, remember the top left-hand side horizontal line is actually the intersection between the upper and lower dentition. So that's what it wants to be, the occlusal plane. Now when you draw the margin, same as for the Cerec, you draw the margin using auto draw, and then you fine tune it using the manual drawing. Same with the other teeth. And then again, I overlay it, again with the miscellaneous, the copy upper, just so I can see how far it's gone. Check the margins. Now, restoration parameters, you can change these if you want, but usually, again, default setting is pretty good for me. So draw the margins. Now with the biocopy method, of course, you start copying the area of the wax up that you'd actually want replicated. So either way, whether it's biogeneric or biocopy at this stage, it creates and presents these teeth for you. Then of course, you go, same with the Cerec, you go from macro tools to micro tools. So you move, rotate, and scale the teeth. But also remember to compare it back to your copy wax up. You can see in this case, we still have some lengthier incisal edges in the biogeneric compared to the wax up. So we can actually move that back a little bit. So use your tools to do that. Rotate. Minimal thickness. You can see the minimal thickness problems there. That was one of the other reasons why I would go for biocopy temporaries and even biocopy permanent crowns, because the software, the Cerec software, has a tendency to make minimal thickness problems at the gingival margin of these crowns, especially for veneers, I find. So if you're biocopying that area, it's less likely to give you a minimal thickness problem. So you process it. Okay, look from the palatal. Same thing, look at these incisal edges, scale. So this gives you a very good basic idea of where you want the teeth eventually. And it's like a study for you. But as long as it gives the patient enough feel for what the permanent teeth are like, they won't be as fussy as you with the contacts, with the anatomy, with the actual positioning. See there, there's still the minimal thickness problems, so you repair that. Add to it, make sure the anatomy is good. Clean that up. Now this is the important part, make sure that the connectors are thick enough. Even more so for the temporaries, the connectors on the palatal can be the full height of the teeth. That gives it the strength. Buckley, yep, increase the connectors. You can always refine them later to make them look more aesthetic, but it's a strength that's important here. So with temporary materials, the actual parameters, the actual longevity is 30 days. That's recommended. And parameters are 0.8 millimeters radially and 1.5 millimeters incisally or occlusally. Whenever you can get more than that, of course, even though they're temporaries, it's probably worth looking at. So process, and you can see from there, the accepted thickness is pretty good. We don't have many dark blue areas that are showing up as too thin. Again, using the biocopy method, we overlay the previous wax up just to see how much more space we can get, or the comparative thickness and heights. So that leads us onto the cam screen. So turn on in-lab cam. So it should be imported. If not, then click on Primeprint, click on the date, export date, or import the item. So this leads us to the next screen. So usually I've set it up in default as optimized quality for the printer. If we need to, because it's a single appointment and we want the temporary resins in there as soon as possible, we can change it to optimize height. So this specific case took about 26 minutes to print. So in the meantime, the patient's waiting there, and it's even faster if you change it from very high to high quality, because eventually you're going to polish these back, and sometimes I even put a coating of resin on the surface of them. And then that's it. You cement them, and you'll find that because this material is slightly elastic, they actually click into undercuts really well. So you've got a lot of confidence, and also the accuracy at the gingival margin, I find, is very good compared to other more analog methods of providing the same type of temporary. So I hope this was useful. See you in the next video.